This weekend we have an IMSA Classic. We haven't had it in a while. It's been a sprint round for the last few years, but it's finally returned in its full endurance form. This is the Road America 6 hours.
Green will be the next question.
And some things that we need to look at going into this weekend is not only to sort the balance of performance, which the series keep secret, it's also to have a look at sort of like some things that are obviously going to vary into it as well. So we have varying on driver setups in terms of tyre stints, fuel stints, all that kind of stuff. Obviously people doing different drive times, all that kind of stuff, and just trying to maximise the tyres and sometimes using the best tyres that sets last or maybe even first to build a gap. But with the way the race went last year with the driving standards, I doubt that was the case because it was pretty much a yellow fest. It was even more of a yellow fest than the last endurance round back in Watkins Glen, from what I remember. It was like something crazy, like nearly half the race spent under yellow. Which, yeah, it was crazy, like an hour and 20 minutes or whatever spent under yellow. It's just stupidly so much. And people just doing stupid moves where like they sent it in, all that kind of stuff. All the while there was multi-class and like GT sending it in, while there was NMPs and GTPs there, and people just getting stacked up. And yeah, I wasn't a fan of that race at all. I ended up getting really annoyed just watching that, because everyone likes good aggressive racing, right? Everyone likes that, right? I know I certainly do. And it's good to watch a little bit of needle from time to time where maybe there was a bit of rubbing, maybe even something a bit unfair. But, you know, sometimes you think it's needed from time to time, right? But that was just crazy. It was way too much. And as there's like nearly going to be 60 cars on the track, I really don't want to see that again. And especially for 6 hours, that would just be stupidly crazy, and it would just be a mess. But let's just hope that they get it sorted, and they hope they do it right this time around. But speaking of this time around, we can't go into this year without looking at what happened last year. So it's time to look at the results and what actually exactly happened last year. So as a recap, 2025, or as we know, last year in the IMSA WeatherTech Championship, the GTP class, there was a BMW washout. The 24 car took the victory, and the 25 car followed its sister home as a 93 Acura took third place, the bronze medal in this category. Meanwhile, in LMP2, AO Racing won, yes, that LMP2 team, and it was so fantastic to see. But as ever, the number 43 Inter Europol car is ever consistent in an LMP2, no matter what series you're in, and this one took second on the day. And number 11 team, yes, rounded out the podium for the LMP2 team. And in GT2 Pro, the number 1 would finish in position number 1 for BMW. So in both of the big manufacturer classes, it was a BMW victory, and in second it was a 64 Ford, and in the third it was an 81 Ferrari. As we go down to the lower class, more AM class for the GTs, the GTD class, it was the number 021 Ferrari car, and the number 78 Lambo would finish second, as the number 34 Ferrari finished third. So some of these guys locked into some of their results. I'm not going to say that, because like I say, it was a bit of a smash fest, a bit of a demolition derby with sports cars kind of thing, it felt like at the end. And like I say, it was just stupid. And I remember IMSA sort of cleaning themselves up after this. So there was obviously a bit of needle that was going on at the time, and people just thought, you know what, let's all just screw it and just go for it, which it was really silly, and I didn't enjoy it at all. But hopefully it's a much better time this time out, and you know, we can actually have a cleaner race, which, going by anything, it will be a cleaner race, to be honest with you. But yeah, and I just hope it's not like Watkins Glen, where it is a yellow fest as well. That seems to be a bit of a trend in recent times, which I'm not a fan of at all. But I really would like to see them have a good clean race and a good endurance race as well while we're at it. It was just a race like Sebring, cut in half, please, where there was a bit of yellow. Obviously someone's going to crash at some point. Obviously someone might do a stupid move or something, but it shouldn't have to be the whole order of the day. It's people driving like, well, loons, really. We need to get back to the driving of, like, you know, where things happen, and that's it, really. You don't have to take it out, especially in the cockpit, because, well, that can be very dangerous. Just I stand ticked him about that and the repercussions. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and hopefully, like I say, I definitely am going to watch it. I don't know how much yet, because I do have some plans on the weekend, But let's have a look at what's going to happen, and I can't wait just to get into it really, because Road America, like I said in my IndyCar episode about this, it is one of my favourite tracks in the USA and potentially even the world, but it is known as a Spa of North America for a very, very good reason. And IMSA is one of my favourite categories this year to watch. So I'm really, really looking forward to this, and I do really, really recommend this too. But I'm looking forward to the endurance round and the IMSA Classic, that is the Road America 6 hours.